Welcome in YouTube. This is a quick video tour or going over some war counters. I'm gonna start with the Black Knight in particular, and just going over some of my thoughts and just trying to help my alliance out. So, just going over some of the things you're gonna need to know about is the primary team that you're gonna be using against them is gonna be Undying. The three piece. So just be mindful that the size of them matter, especially the Zugs and the Zim. If they are too small, Black Knight has it in his particular passive that if he kills one of them with his passive, he will permit kill. Another people to look out for, gonna be my Eternal. So there's Cersei. Um, they got Icarus. So again, if you want to try a couple of these budget counters, Tangle Web is also really good to beat them. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna start with ones that do not have scroll in them, because once scroll gets in there, it's a whole nother beast. So for scroll, you can do a couple of just regular Black Knights. You can, particularly this comp, you can come in here with Loki, Emma, Cersei, and crew. So, ult. Now again, this team in particular is not going to be on defense for very long, because you'll see as soon as I, right? You can ult on there, and that Black Knight's gone, and then this fight's pretty much over. Let's go for the kill. I mean, I get it. Bummer. But that Kestrel ult is a permakill, so even if Peggy gets to her second turn, it will just be more annoying than anything. Nope. Block the stun. Okay. And we're gonna ult. We're gonna special here. Peggy's gonna revive, I think, US agent. Or nope, not. So there, nice, simple, easy. Again, make sure you're punching across. That's for smaller Black Knights. I think a bigger Black Knight would. The team may run you over if you're trying to punch up with that. Let's say that the Black Knight was bigger. This person has not switched their defense yet, so that's what I'm gonna have to use. But this still works in on like a 7/6 Black Knight. So the first comp that we're gonna use is, so these are when we get to the master version. So Undying, Tangle Web works super well against most Black Knight comps that do not have scroll in them. If they have scroll in them, then you need to bring APOC, you need to bring more firepower. The reason being is 2099 will flip a lot of his buffs. And if he doesn't, that's fine. You still have a second chance with the Zim or Zugs. Here, you're going to always want to do this on Captain America. The reason why is because there's a reflexive taunt. Okay. And then you're just going to spread, and that's good game. So again, the nice thing about that is that they kind of work really well together. They put out bleeds. Now, mind you that this Black Knight is almost big enough to... so you have to be aware of your counters. I would recommend testing this out. My particular Undying team caps out at 6/6. So if they have a 6/6 Black Knight, I'm probably not going to take this counter in anymore. Or at least I'm going to bring in APOC or someone bigger to make sure that I get that win. Okay. Let's say you need Tangled elsewhere. There's another option that we have, which I'm going to go into. Oop, I'm stuck. And that is very similarly to that last comp. You're just going to put Void Knight in there. And I think Emma is probably a good use here. You don't really need Emma. You could probably put somebody else, but I'm going to use Emma. Her slow really helps keeping them controlled. So you don't necessarily need it, but if you watch this right, so he's going to go first. He may or may not flip everything, but that's fine. Now you have two sets of ability blocks. I'm going to put the first one on the Captain America. Then I'm going to use the Void Knights because his has higher focus. I'm going to put that on the Black Knight, and then from there just spread it. And like last time, this is pretty much, now you're putting a slow on them. Now they're completely controlled and this is over. So just an effective, again, I think Tangled has more value right now off of this team, so this might be a good option for you, as long as you have that Undying team. Okay. Now, let's say they get. Now here's gonna go where I'm gonna say that these teams can get really, really ugly and really, really difficult to control. So we're gonna do this version, right? Once they put Sus in here, it's a whole another game. This particular comp, there's only a few options that I've tried. I will just open with, you can still tech sack it. So tech sacking looks like coming in here, going in with this. Once you have gone in here and you've sacked this team, you can then follow it up with just a regular gamma. So once you've burned, right, so just to kind of go over this. So here, right, he's gonna get some kills. You're going to ult and then pause, right? This is gonna then time out. You're just gonna go ahead and call it a day. You're gonna sit there. Okay. You don't want to let Peggy go. You don't want to let Scroll go because you want that second turn to be now. Norm has now lost they have lost their revives, and Sus is gonna basic into the gamma. So you put Red Hulk next to Green Hulk, and then just instantly hit him. Now, in particular, I've gotten close to one shots with some of these teams, and so some of these teams may work for you, but they don't work for me at the power levels that I have. So the first thing I attempt is Void Knight and APOC. This team, you can just, Sus is just Sus. You'll see as I go into this fight. I may or may not. I've won this a couple times. I've lost this a couple times. So be mindful of that. Right. So you're going to yank all that stuff off. So I'm going to put this on Peggy. Okay. Don't want to push the Peggy. And you'll see it. Gonna special on the Captain America to rebalance. Hopefully that would have left a ability block, but that's fine. And again, you really want to special here because this Scroll is going to come in and he's going to ult on you. I may lose Zugs right here. Nope. So I'm gonna ult. Hopefully flip that Captain America. So as you see, it's not looking good. Um, yep. And this team really doesn't scale. Um, I've gotten close with this team. This is one of those that I'm just gonna have bad RNG. Just not a good count or not a safe counter. I'm probably gonna get Dorm. I'm probably gonna get Peggy. Uh, take the revive. Right, get the Captain America down. So again, I'm still fighting. Uh, okay, that didn't pull the revive off. That's annoying. And now they're gonna bounce back on me. And as you can see, just the sheer power of this team um, is wrecking me. So again, I have gotten it down. I have beat it with this team, but just showing you that it can definitely fail, especially as this team outscales you, right? So if you're not a huge spender, that's probably not going to work. Um, one team that you could try it then after that, right, is going to be your just to showcase that some of these teams are just not going to work, especially at my power levels. Um, there's just too much going on here. Um, okay. Again, Nova has to be very large for this to even come close to working. I'm gonna ult here. You can come in here and you can hopefully kill that scroll. Ability block the, or try to, and just showing the sheer difference of of a of a much bigger Black Knight, right? Because the one I showed you was a 4/4 that was a lot easier to control. Um, yep. Oof. So again, I got the scroll down. I had this team exhausted. Um, not, as I said, not a great team. And particularly, this is only going to be a. Um, let me verify, but I'm pretty sure this is a 6/6 or a 5/5. Yeah. Oh, that's a 7/7 Black Knight. So you're just seeing that the sheer power of what Black Knight at full stars will do. So just keep that in mind as you're going into these teams. Um, as you saw, my Zim and Zugs were doing okay, but they just couldn't get through it. Um, you can go nuclear again. You can risk it for something crazy. The one team I've had the most success with is here, and then putting in Nova. And again, if you're not in a super competitive war, I think that at this point you should just sack this team. Tech burn it, like I said, and then gamma it. The main half of this is mainly just to show you it's not working. But this one can work even on that punch up. We'll try it just to show you what this mechanically looks like. Okay. Go boom. And then, all right, that's even better because I got the good RNG. Okay. Going to, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to special on the Peggy. Okay. I'm going to hit over here so I don't hit the Peggy until I spread off of that. Boom. Gonna add an ult. That's a good sign. That means I'm probably gonna win this one. If you get this far, right? You can't stun the Zim or the Zugs. Then you're gonna ult. Anybody who dies to that is a permanently killed. Ult. Now I got a good shot, one-shotting this. Boom. And there you go. So that was how you one-shot this particular comp. You can one-shot most of these comps using this counter. Every person I've talked to that's hyper war focused, like top 10 in their wars, said that this counter is just not. It's just too expensive to use. They think in a different world than me. I think that it's too expensive for me to use. I'd rather just keep those 3 separate teams. I would just burn it and gamma it. I can tell you that in our last wars, most of the people that have attacked that team burn it and then go gamma. Or they go in with their main team and leave like half of them alive. You know, if you go in there with Knowhere APOC, you may get 1 or 2 of them down. You may get Peggy, you may get Captain America, you may get Black Knight or even Sus. And you remember my attempt, I got Sus down. But is it worth sending that team in and then losing and then coming in and having to follow up with an equally big team when you can just sack gamma, sack, you know? And that's all about metagaming. I live in the top, the lower part of the 100 in war. You're talking, the guys in the top 10 are just a different world. So now going into a little bit more, my alliance has also asked me to do just a couple quick ones. So for hivemind, there's 3 particular counters. So in here you're gonna need Emma and Loki. In this case I'm gonna use Kestrel. You can use a lot of 5ths here. The only ones that really matter are Emma, Loki, and the Eternals. Depending on the size, depends on who your 5th is. I'm going to bring Kestrel because Kestrel's the most consistent one-shot person. So first thing, you're going to ult. You're going to special on the Void Knight to get him low. And then hopefully opens up the double tap and boom, they're gone. So, there you go. Kestrel enhances that fight. Okay, let's say they dropped one of them for Chavez. You can no longer do that. So if they put Chavez in here, you can no longer use that Eternals counter. So what you need to do is Weapon X. So first thing you can do is you can ability block the Void Knight, then go after that Red Goblin. Right? Red Goblin can't throw things for a loop, so we're going to go make sure he dies. Okay. Going to keep on this corner because it's perfect. They have Carnage here too. And then I got to kill. Okay. Here, you're going to want to stun whoever's not close to death. So I'm going to stun her because she's annoying. And then they're not going to get a turn. This is ult. And there you go. Those are two quick counters to beating Hivemind. Okay. The last option that I could see people using is Underworld. There is a cautionary tale about Underworld, and that's do not summon with the Kingpin. You're actually going to ult. So where is my Underworld? So my Underworld is a little bit underleveled, and so this is even more of a sketch fight. I would not take this way just because Carnage can mess you up, but you're going to see that there's so much damage coming. Um, and I think Weapon X is a better fit here. I think Underworld is more valuable if you have them built to use them elsewhere. But because... Alright, because I'm going to ult. Put counters. And you see, I'm taking so many turns that it's fine. There you go. So those are 3 quick counters for Hivemind. It's a newer defense. Trying to think of one of the key ones. Okay. My alliance is asked. Again, part of this video is meant to help my alliance. How do I beat Knowhere? Okay. Knowhere is actually a funny little team. So you might need your Kang, your Star-Lord, Doom, Emma, and Absorbman. Just for speed, I'm not going to hunt around for the biggest teams, but just to show you that the mechanics work. All right, so you're going to go ahead and you're going to slow. Doesn't really matter. Okay. I'm going to blind over here. Ult. Now you want at least one disrupt on that Korg, and then you can go. Right. Now you're gonna go ahead and ult with the Kang. Now it's 1v. It's Kang versus Nova, and Kang is a better tune. So there you go. That's how you deal with it. It's still that punches up pretty well. With the war bonuses, that would have won even with that 3 million or whatever the power level of this team is. 2 million. So there you go. That's how you beat Knowhere. I was just thinking on runs. Let me see here if there's anything else that my alliance wants me to cover. Wow. Sorry. Okay. I think I'm gonna pause there so I don't ruin this video. If you have any questions, if you want any particular other counters you want me to go over, how to beat X, Y, or Z team like Extreme, Infestation, there's videos on those already in existence, but if you want me to cover those, let me know in the comments section, and I will add that to there. Best of luck in your war efforts. This is my first attempt at making a war video for counters. Hopefully it helps my alliance and hopefully helps y'all out. Y'all have best of luck on y'all's war, and I will update this as we bring in Starbrand and different things like that. Later, y'all. Let me know how y'all like this. Peace.